Howdy, folks. I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. But before we begin, guess what? I finally got the pieces in for the radiator cover, and guess what? They were wrong again. I didn't get like 16 wrong. They just gave me 8 more wrong ones. I don't know what, or 4 more wrong ones, right? Yeah, 4 more wrong ones. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Like, you would think that they would want to save money on shipping and just to send me the right one. But no, they have to keep sending me the wrong pieces. And I'm gonna have to go onto Amazon and be like, please, please, just send me the right pieces, just for goodness sake. I don't know how else to explain it to them that they need to send me the piece that is 21 inches long, not 27 inches long. So, if you have any crazy stories, I would love to hear them about things that keep getting, like, orders that keep getting messed up. So, I don't know. So, yeah, I guess let's get started. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Inviting My Brother's Ex-Fling to Thanksgiving Dinner and Offending His Girlfriend? I hosted Thanksgiving this year for the first time in my house. A little while ago, my brother used to be friends with a girl named Anya. They didn't date or anything like that, but they hooked up a couple of times. I love Anya, and I always hoped that she and my brother would end up dating. I met her through him and ended up having a good relationship with her. We're not that close, but occasionally we text and talk on the phone, and sometimes go out for some coffee once in a while. We had an inside joke for a while how she would be my future sister-in-law because I'll make sure to set her up with my brother. My brother is now dating his girlfriend Sarah for around 3 years. He went no contact with Anya 2 years ago because, according to him, Anya disrespected his girlfriend multiple times and was acting possessive of him. Once he told me that Anya told Sarah how, quote, I'm the future wife of your boyfriend. My brother apparently was offended with Anya's behavior and cut her off. I don't know if any of this is true, but I don't care much. I don't care about the truth. I've kept in contact with Anya, and occasionally she tells me how she is and things turned out the way with my brother and said if I had a chance to set them up, but I'm not sure it's as easy to do that now. She says how she always wanted to be part of our family and she feels like she sort of lost her spot to Sarah. I assured her that I still consider her family even if she's not dating my brother, and I'll always love her no matter what. So lately, Anya and I got closer, and I invited her on my Thanksgiving dinner that my husband and I hosted at our house. When my brother found out that Anya was invited, he went off on me and said that I'm disrespectful for inviting that girl who tried to break him and Sarah up, and how this is disrespectful to him, Sarah, and their relationship. He also claimed that I never gave a chance to Sarah and tried to get close to her because I'm so stuck on the idea of dating Anya, which is creepy. I told him it's my house and I can invite whoever I want, and I don't need his permission. Anya and I get along perfectly fine, and I don't care what she did to them. She'll always be the one who got away in my brother's eyes. My brother said that he and his girlfriend won't attend Thanksgiving dinner, and they didn't. Anya still attended. My mom has sided with me, said that my brother and Sarah are acting like brats and they're toxic and insecure, but my husband and father told me that I acted like the jerk and that I should understand where Sarah and my brother come from. This is just absolutely absurd that the sister is kind of like treating like her brother, like that she doesn't care if she's dating Sarah or not, or that he's dating Sarah or not. You know, she wants him to be with Anya, and no matter what, she's going to want that. And it seems like she's just being a pain in his butt. So I don't think that I think OP is the jerk here. I don't think that her brother is the jerk in this situation. He just doesn't want to be harassed by this person who keeps harassing him. And yeah, that's kind of what I think here. That's where I'm coming from on this. So yeah, let me know what you folks think. Anyhow, take care and good luck. You're the jerk. Stop disrespecting your brother's choices. You're the jerk exactly. Plus, her brother is rightly creeped out that she's still obsessed with being a part of your family. Sounds like she's more in love with the idea of being part of the family than she is with the boyfriend in this situation. I don't know. Am I the jerk for telling my neighbors their kids could not sled on my hill after they insisted on me not letting my dog outside while they're there? The house I recently moved into has a hill on the edge of the yard. I've talked to my neighbors a few times and they seem really like nice people. A couple of days ago, we got our first real snowfall of the winter. My neighbors reached out to me and asked if I minded if their kids went sledding on the hill. They said that the previous owner of the house had let them, but they wanted to check with me. I had hardly used that part of the yard, and I have no need for it when it's covered with more than a foot of snow, so I said sure. However, today they reached out again and explained that they would like me to bring my dog inside while they have their kids sledding because it makes them nervous. I told them that she was always tied up when she was outside and no danger to the kids, but they were welcome to keep their kids inside if they saw her out, and that if their kids were sledding, I would stay out with her. They said that since the bottom of the hill was on their land, I couldn't restrict their access to it, and that I was endangering their kids by letting my dog be outside unsupervised with them. I repeated what I said and added that if they wanted to meet my dog, they could come over and meet her sometime. They just got more upset that I wouldn't bring her inside and ended up threatening to call animal control on me for having an out of control dog. For reference, she's maybe 40 pounds, older mixed breed, who could probably not forge her way through the snow to where the kids were sledding even if she wanted to. She just loves sitting out in the snow. I was very upset at this point and told them that they could forget about their kids sledding on the hill and that if they were going to make such unreasonable demands, they could not come onto my property. They tried backtracking, but ended up getting upset at me again. Now I'm wondering if I'm the jerk because I could just agree to the request and bring her inside. Am I the jerk? Edit, since I keep getting asked this, my dog asks to go outside and is let in when she wants to come in. And I make sure that she is safe while she's out there. She's not being mistreated. Alright folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Like, they're being very unreasonable here. The neighbors are being like, well, you need to bring your dog inside. And it's like, this is OP's property, this is OP's land, and it sounds like the kids are a pretty good distance away from the dog too, so I don't understand what their issue here is. It's, what do they want, OP to build a fence around their house so they can't use the hill? This is ridiculous. I don't know what these people are doing. It seems very entitled, and it seems like they just want to get their way, and now they're not going to get their way. So, no, I don't think OP's the jerk in this situation. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. Honestly, you shouldn't let them anyways. If they got hurt sledding on your land, you would be liable. They could make your homeowner's insurance pay for medical bills. I grew up in a house with a big sledding hill, and a kid was out there without permission and got pretty seriously hurt. Our family was lucky to have dodged a lawsuit. Our next letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Outing My Ex as Gay to Get His Mother Off My Back? It's a long and pretty bad story, but I'm a 25-year-old female and my soon-to-be ex, a 28-year-old male, is gay and he hid that from me. I found out because I caught him cheating, and he as much admitted that he knew he wasn't attracted to me that way, but he wanted kids and a normal life. I don't care that he's gay, but I will never forgive him for leading me on so that he could use me to have kids. So it's over, end of story. The problem is that his family are fundamentalists, except for a few members, and his mother is the interfering mother-in-law. Not being related to her anymore is just another plus of leaving. His family doesn't believe in divorce, so under the guise of picking up some paperwork and other items I had found that were in my ex's, she cornered me about how I was being childish and that marriage is a commitment, forgiveness, and working through problems, etc. It became apparent that my ex didn't tell his family that he cheated. He told his mom that I was divorcing him because we weren't having adult fun time often enough. I tried to be patient and explain that he had cheated and that's why I was leaving. I wasn't going to go into greater detail because I knew how his parents are and it's none of their business. Mother-in-law's advice, I kid you not, was that men are just that way, and if you want to have more adult fun time, for him not to stray, and that I should make myself more attractive to my husband to be a better wife. I lost it completely. It had been a sad and hard day already, and that was the last straw. Here's where I might be the jerk. I told her that the only thing that would make me more attractive to my ex would be a sex change operation, and that I hoped he and his boyfriend adopted some of her grandchildren so she could finally shut up about it. It's not my finest moment, but she just hit the worst and rawest nerve she could, and I exploded. It's evidently turned into a huge family drama. He's probably going to be disowned, and my ex called me sobbing that I ruined his life out of spite. I don't really know how I feel about it. I do feel bad for him that his parents are such awful people that they were just no good outcomes for him, but I also feel like he made his own bed here, too. Edit a couple of things from comments. There's almost no chance of violence. His family are fundamentalists, not violent ones. They are more of the Mormon shunning types. One of his cousins came out and left the church, and after the initial protest, they all just stopped talking to him and basically treated him as if he were dead until he was ready to repent or whatever. They're passive aggressive, repressed, and weird, but the chances of anyone physically hurting him are extremely low. He's not financially dependent on them, and he has more than a decent job, so he can support himself if they kick him out. He's known that he was gay since before he met me, so this wasn't a new discovery or admission to himself. He has a boyfriend that he's been dating since 6 months before we were married. I went through his computer after catching him in the act and kicked him out and found the messenger logs and other evidence going back before he started dating me. He literally set this up so he could have a nice Mormon family on the surface and keep his family happy. That's it. He never loved me at all. I was just the first girl that expressed a sustained interest. All right, folks. What do you think of this situation here? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Amber says not the jerk.
For the most part.
For the most part. This is a difficult situation. I think that the reason why he didn't come out to his family was because he didn't want to be disowned. And I think that in a lot of ways, OP didn't ruin his life. His family ruined his life in a lot of ways. And if he wanted OP to just kind of leave it there, then he probably shouldn't have been spreading lies about OP to his family. And I guess Amber was saying that there's some relevant stuff in the comments here. So we'll read this first comment, and then we'll go from there, just so that we can see and get some more. Probably an unpopular opinion, but not the jerk. You got pushed into a corner, and blamed for the demise of a relationship was ultimately because of his dishonesty. You didn't do it maliciously. He also wasted years of your life for a selfish reason, and I personally could never forgive that. Edit. OP was being constantly harassed, blamed, and basically defamed because her ex blamed her for everything. It wasn't malicious to out him, and he should have taken more accountability for his role in all of this. Edit 2, the fact that he plainly stated that he only married her to have kids is beyond disturbing to me and automatically makes him the jerk, no questions asked. You do not dehumanize a person and treat them like a breeding animal for your own purposes because of your hidden sexuality. Inexcusable. Edit, I always agreed that he generally seemed quite misogynistic for treating OP like a breeding animal. But holy cow, I totally missed the part where he was harassing OP to get back together and that she has a restraining order against him. That, along with him lying to mother-in-law, was what led to OP being cornered. I still don't believe he deserved violence against him for being gay, and I do feel sorry for him, even though he was a jerk to OP otherwise. But I really don't know what OP could have done to get mother-in-law off of OP's back. So he didn't only not help her avoid a situation when she felt cornered, she literally pushed her into it. And I mean, I do think that's a valid comment there as well. So I think this right here brings up a lot of great points. I think that this is definitely a complicated situation. I definitely think that he is the jerk in this situation. No doubt about it, 100%, he is a grade A jerk. Whether or not OP is a jerk, I have a really hard time faulting OP in this situation, especially with the given, evidence. And I think that it's difficult to blame her for wanting to get his family off of her back. And if they're constantly harassing her, he's trying to get back together with her, and he's trying to force her to just kind of roll over and be like, well, whatever, I'll just stay in this, situation. I think that's really wrong and fundamentally, a bad position to have. So I do think that he is certainly a jerk. I I'm inclined to say that OP is not the jerk. But I think that that could like teeter very close to jerk behavior, but I have such a really hard time blaming her because on one hand, like he didn't come out to his family because he didn't want to be disowned. And that, was destructive. And, OP did know the consequences of him coming out to his family. But on there again, like he should have just left the situation be. He should have just been like, well, this is relationship is over clearly. So I guess that's that. And then never remarried because he believes in marriage forever or something like that, and then he could have just had a friend move in with him to help take care of his children or something like that, and then everything could have been just fine and his family would never have been the wiser. I think that he could have handled this a lot differently. So I really do have a hard time faulting OP in this situation. I think it was a difficult thing to say in the moment, and she had been having a hard time, and we sometimes say things that we can't take back. So, like I said, I do have a hard time faulting her. So, anyhow, take care and good luck. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. And if you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you all on Monday.